It's Wednesday.
It's Wednesday again. Welcome all you wire nuts to the show.
Man, it is Wednesday, isn't it?
It is.
Holy crap. This week
It actually means it's past Wednesday now, technically, because work's over, so there's only 2 days left till the weekend.
Hey, thank God.
Thank God.
It's been nuts, man.
I'm getting mine tonight, though. We've been lucky all winter. We're getting buried out there right now.
Are you really?
Oh, there's going to be a foot by morning, dude. We are getting buried. Yep.
Ooh.
It's going to leave a mark. Kids will be out of school tomorrow for sure.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're not getting any of that here. It's actually we're actually on the uptrend in the temperatures finally.
Oh yeah. What's your daily highs right now?
It was chilly today. It was like low 60s today.
Oh, you poor baby. Did you have to put real pants on instead of shorts? There you go. It's got some pants on.
Yeah,
it's not rocking it. You're not rocking the flip flops still.
No. I haven't done that for a while yet. So
cool, man. Well, let's see. What you got? Anything on your to-do list for tonight?
Not really.
Nothing new. Nothing out of the ordinary new. We need to tell anybody about. I can't think anything off the top.
No. I mean, just we're still working on streamlining the show a bit. So please bear with
continuation of that tonight.
Yeah, please bear with the mess. We're trying to
slippery when wet sign there. Yeah, watch your step.
We're continuing to throw the darts at the board, man. And eventually a few of them are gonna stick. So
rock on. Well, it looks like we got a pretty good crew in here already. Why don't you shout that chat out, and we'll see you all's with us here, and then we'll get this thing on the road.
Alrighty. So looks like very first in was James Severin. Good evening, James. How you doing? First person in. Glad to see you. And some dude named Brian S. I don't know that cat, but
who's that?
Yeah, I don't know. And then some cat named Visual Guy. I don't know who he is either.
Must be a troll.
Must be. And there's a Mr. BHB Jr. How you doing, Bruce? Good evening to you, sir. Will Dunham. How you doing, Will? Tom Harhigh. How you doing, Tom?
What's up, Tom?
Good evening to you, sir. Mr. Zach Thong. Same to you. I hope you're having a good Wednesday, Zach. Paul Liu. How you doing, Paul? I think Paul's going to be a guest.
Paul's next week.
Next week?
Yeah, Paul Liu's next week.
Paul Liu next week. Stick around for that. Terry Himes, if I didn't say your name.
Good evening. What's up, Terry?
Here's Thrash Metal. How you doing, Thrash?
What's going on?
And
Quentin
James.
Did you burn your dinner? Quentin, did you burn your dinner?
He burned his dinner and he had a little dinner with his ketchup is what he did.
He burns everything and uses ketchup for moisturizer.
All right. Moving right along. Tim Seymour and Dwight Bailey. Good evening, gentlemen.
He puts on the ketchup or it gets the hose.
Puts ketchup on the steak again. Puts ketchup on the steak or it gets the hose again. Yeah. Let's see. Metalhead Hippie. How you doing? Hippie? I hope you're doing well today. God, it just jumped on me. Where was that? There we go. Dale Palmer. Good evening to you. Jeff Miller. Hope you're having a good Wednesday, Jeff. And let's see, there's Janice. Good evening, Miss Janice. Hope you're well. Joe Hervey. Joe, what's up? More metal. Dan of New Jersey. I don't know if I said your name yet, but if I did, here. Good evening again. There's Guitar Hack, our buddy Hack. How's it going? Hack? Just jumped again on me. Good grief. Come on. Quit doing that. Krell Bar, as always, our buddy Krell Bar. How's it going, Krell? Hope you're having a good
Our buddy Hack has come up with an ingenious YouTube channel idea. It's a channel that you create a channel and then you tell everybody you can't watch it or talk about it, and you will instantly have 1 million subs.
All right, Frank C, how you doing? And I'm getting there. Good grief. There we go. It keeps jumping on me all over the place, so sorry about that. Let's see.
It's all right. It does that.
Metal Soda. Hey, Thoda, how you doing, buddy? How's it going, Soda? Thoda.
Gang's all here.
Mike is himself. Good evening to you, sir. Hope you're doing well.
Did you see Frank C?
Yeah, Frank C.
Now
Original Paramutant. How you doing? And I think I'm down to the bottom. So, Bobby Lopes.
Oh,
hey, Bobby.
There's Joe Hervey and Fruitcake Tony.
Yep. Bobby Lopes, too. Hey, Bobby. Hope you're doing well, man. Good to see you.
Rock on. Thanks for joining us, gang. Well, you want to bring this guest in, man? Get this show on the road?
Six String Brian just popped in saying that he likes Les Pauls.
I saw him there in the chat, but I don't believe him. I think that's just hype.
I think it's hype. I don't believe it either. So
yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right. So, as we advertised already, our guest this week is none other than Visual Guy. You guys may have seen him floating around the chat. Jacob, thanks for coming on the show, buddy. How you doing?
Merry Christmas.
I didn't mean to troll comment. That was just a joke.
I've been playing it to the wife for like a day ever since they went up. And then I'm just going to start off with Merry Christmas.
Right, there you go. That's right. You hung the lights, man.
Went out to the garage and, got the bag off the top shelf and fiddled through till I found some backlighting.
Gotcha.
Feel honored, man. We broke out the Christmas lights for us. That's awesome.
There you go.
I figured you're worth it. I enjoy you. So.
Well, thanks, man.
Cool. Appreciate it. You got some nice guitars that are being framed with the Christmas lights back there too.
Indeed.
We'll talk about those here in a little bit.
Yeah. Cool.
Well, Jacob, we're going to call you Jacob. Of course, you guys, if you didn't know, his first name's Jacob. So instead of calling him Visual Guy all night, we're going to call him Jacob. He said he was cool with that. So, Jacob, we've got questions prepared for you tonight. So all of our guests in the chat and watching the show later get to know you a little bit better as a person. And they're pretty easy questions. We think you'll be able to answer them without, any advanced studying or having to call a friend or anything like that. You should be all right.
Phone a friend. Yeah.
We don't offer phone a friend. So
yeah.
If I can't answer correctly, just ask Quentin James.
Let Quentin answer for you.
Right.
Let Quentin answer.
That's probably not a good idea.
I don't know that's your best course of action.
Forget I said that. Just forget I said that.
All right. So I guess I'm kicking this off tonight.
Yeah, why don't you kick it off, man. Let's get this party rocking.
So we want to know, when did you start playing guitar? And who or what was your inspiration to pick up the guitar?
Okay. I guess I started playing, or I got my first guitar when I was about 9, maybe I think Christmas when I was 9. And I played and learned. I didn't really take any lessons or anything, so just done it pretty much on my own. And thanks to YouTube now, that helps a lot. So thanks to your channel, Dave. Inspirations, as far as that goes, I'm a child of the 90s, so I was born in 84, and I remember, as much as I don't listen to them now, is Slash walking out into the desert for November Rain was a big inspiration. For
walking out of church, the little church.
Right. And playing the whole solo. And that was one of the first, once I could bend notes and had some strength in my hands and things, that was one of the first solos that I tried to learn, when I was a kid, was the Slash solo from.
That's a cool one, man.
So that's probably the first one. And then, as you grow older, your inspirations change and you appreciate different things and you move this way and that way. But from the very first one I remember would be that. So
cool. So did you come from like a musical family or?
Well, not really. My grandfather, he played in a bluegrass band. He played in a bluegrass band and here in Kentucky, and played locally, stand-up bass, and he had all the instruments. He could do a little bit of everything, and but mainly stand-up bass. And I think they even, like, his big moment, they opened for Bill Monroe one time.
Sweet. That's cool.
Right. But he's the only person in my family that has any sort of musical inclination that I know
Gotcha.
of.
So was your family like supportive? I'm assuming they probably were.
Oh yeah. I was my mom and dad, they were happy to spend whatever they could, which wasn't much, but they did what they could. They tried really hard to get me good gear when I was little. And I was the kid at all dad's cookouts and all the other things, playing acoustic and singing whatever, he'd take me to the parties, like I'd stay out of the circle, but he'd take me to the parties,
You're free entertainment, man.
Jacob, just the radio. Ain't that just the radio?
Play that one, boy.
Hey, Jim, you want to come over, drink some beers, and bring your kid along for some entertainment?
That type of thing. So yeah, they were really supportive, and I've being one of the only musicians in the family, not to be long-winded, but it's been a privilege, not a privilege, but all my family's kind of like, hey, where are you playing? This, that, and the other. They're always real excited because it's something different for them, and they come out when there's gigs and things like that. So
that's awesome, man.
Very,
cool.
Very lucky for that. So
we had a request for you to turn your mic up just a little bit. You sound good to me, but I've got my earbuds cranked. So
okay, let me see what I can do here.
Bump her up a notch or so if you can.
I can even bring it a little closer if I need to.
That might just be easier.
I was trying not to put it in the frame because I'm a visual guy, and I was like, I don't want the mic in the frame.
I get that. I see what you did there.
Let me see.
Mine's the same way. It barely sits right outside the frame.
Right. So hopefully that's better.
Cool. Rock on. Well, I got the second question. So you touched on the fact that your mom and dad helped you out, and they helped you get some decent gear when you first starting out. What was your first guitar, and do you still have it?
No, I do not still have it. I don't know where it went, honestly. I have no idea where that guitar went. But
traded or sold?
It's something when I was young, but it was a black Stratocaster type guitar, S-type guitar. I think it came from Sam's. This was 9 years old. So, hey, does he need a real good one? No, probably not. Let's just try.
Yeah, they probably weren't going to get you a Les Paul custom shop right off the bat.
Right. But it wasn't an Epiphone, but it was called an Epi. And you might be able to Google them, but the first three letters look like the beginning of the word Epiphone. So, like, it's EPI, and the shape of the letters looked like it was going to say Epiphone. And then,
it was the right script. They were using the same font.
I've not even thought to look it up, in years. But
I wonder if it's an Epi off-brand like Squire is for a Fender. You know what I mean? Because Epiphone was around before Gibson.
Could be. I don't know. Yeah. I have no idea. And I had it for a few years, and I don't know where it went. Eventually, I got a white-on-white. Olympic white with a rosewood fretboard Mexican Strat when I was probably 12 or something, and that guitar disappeared. So I wish I still had it just for the sake of having it, but
right.
But that was it. Yeah.
Pretty cool. All right, Dave, you're up.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. So what was the catalyst that led you to starting a YouTube channel? And speaking of YouTube channels, real quick, you're almost at 1,000 subscribers.
Oh yeah, where is he? He was getting close. He's like under 30, right? Something
992. Like let's see if we can get Jacob eight more subs tonight.
Oh, you need 8. You're only 8 away. Okay, yeah, we got to do that.
Let's see if we can make that happen, gang.
Put his. Can you throw his link up in the? You got it handy, so you can throw it in the chat.
Yeah, I got it.
It's already in the description anyway, so it's in the description down below, everybody. But yeah, 8 subs from 1,000. We got to make that happen.
Well, I will say this. Check the channel out, and if you like it, cool. But you don't have to sub if it's not your thing, because I do a lot.
Well,
of
I've checked your
different
channel
stuff,
out. I'm pretty sure everybody in this group is going to think it's cool. We're going to talk about what's on your channel here in a little bit. So yeah,
I just always encourage, you don't have to hit it just because, if you're interested, right on, and if you're not, it's cool. I understand, but
absolutely.
But thank you for the support, Metalhead Hippie. He's been doing it or plugging it all week.
Nice. Awesome.
The community's pretty cool about that. So
he would. It would be cool if you hit 1,000 tonight, because when we had Tone King on, he hit 100,000 that night.
Cool.
I don't think it had anything to do with us. It was just It just happened to be the night that it clicked over, right?
Happenstance, but.
That was a good show, man. That was really good.
Thanks.
Quentin James says he's going to wait till it's at 1,000 and he's going to unsub and make it $9.99.
You are at $9.99 right now, Jacob.
It gets
you got 99 now?
Just broke 1,000.
Jesus, that was
wow. That was fast. Jeez, I wish I could get 8 subs that fast.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
It'd take me 3 weeks to get 8 subs.
Don't thank me. Thank the chat. They're the ones.
Yeah, they're the ones that did it.
Thank you guys all in the chat. I'm not in the chat.
Rock on, man. Well, you guys will. You start checking out his stuff on there, you'll stick around for more. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So, well, that leads us to the next.
Hold on.
You asked him. No, I'm going to say you asked him. Why did you start the channel? What got you into that?
Well, I don't know really. A friend of mine does it very informally and happily. So he a monster player, but he just sets up a camera phone and hangs out, and people love it. And he's just a killer player. And I was like, how do you do that, man? And some people would send him some stuff to demonstrate and things, people that wanted a little bit of exposure and stuff. So I was like, how do you do it? And he was like, oh, you just do it. It's the internet. It's not a job interview. That was one of the quotes. And I was like, okay. He's like, it snowballs pretty fast if you do put any sort of effort at it, And so one night I was like, I think I might make a video. And if you go all the way back to the channel, it's like I'm sitting in a dark corner over here with
about 3, how long ago was it? Like 3 years ago or so? Is that about right?
The very beginning of 2017 is when it started.
Okay. So almost 4 years ago or so, right. 3.5, 4 so.
Yeah. I did a video of I think a 12AX7 versus a 12AY7 and a Marshall Blues Breaker. And I mean, you can barely hear a difference if you're nerding out that much, but it has a lot of views to be so awful, like as far as, but yeah, it was mainly just, for fun. And I saw some other people doing it. And I was like, I think this would be cool. And I warned my buddy, I said, if I do stuff, I end up going more, I do more than I need to. Like for this, I prepped for a whole week, never streamed before. So I'm like buying camera, trying to figure it all out, So for a long time, not to be long-winded, sorry, but I was trying to edit like 3 angles, and I didn't even know how to match it up by sound. So
you were making it way too complicated to start with, right?
I was taking all the angles and lining them up, and then like the cell phone angle would be at a different hertz or whatever, so it would speed up, and you'd have to like chop it and move it back. It was so like I spent hours creating those first 60 or 70 videos, man. Like 6 hours of editing, and then walk out of the room like pissed off because telling the wife like I'm just gonna toss it all and start over.
After all that, you're like, I can't put this on YouTube in good faith.
Yeah, you learn how to streamline and stuff, but I'm getting off track. It was mainly just out of curiosity, and you start to dive in and understand it. And I still don't take it too seriously. I have a good time with it, and I enjoy posting. I enjoy editing. I enjoy being in the room playing guitar and having something to do with guitar. So,
James, it's up there on the wall over here. It's safe. I'll show you later. He's asking me about a guitar I've got he wants.
The second part of that answer is Quentin James needed somebody to compete with. So I just said,
Man, good luck with all that. That's a tough act to follow there.
Indeed.
Well, before I ask you this next official question, I was looking at your channel yesterday, and something just popped into my head that I noticed on there that I thought was funny. And it happens to all of us that put out content on YouTube. Specifically, and this is probably your first year, inside your first year videos, and you reviewed 3 pedals from the same company. There are 3 different types of pedals, but they were all from the same company, and the videos are in order. And the first one got like 270 views, and then the next one got 7,500 views, and then the next one got 167 views, and they all came out with like 3 days of each other. I'm like, how does that even happen? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I don't know exactly the company, but I think I know. Is it DCW? Was that the company?
It could have been. It just struck me as funny that the huge peaks and valleys.
Right. I think that had something to do with the pedal that was. It's a Janray clone, I believe. I'd have to go back and look, but
so that particular pedal of theirs, it was a hot commodity.
Yeah, there's not a lot of clones and things for that boutique for I can't say their name, Janray pedal or whatnot, I guess. So it gets a lot of hits for some reason. Maybe I put the right tag in there. I don't have any idea.
Must have been something you did right, because the ones sitting on either side of it are the exact same brand, and they're just sitting there doing their little thing. Right? That's funny.
Interesting that you noticed that. So.
Well, I was checking out I was like, seeing all your stuff. So that kind of leads into this next question. So on your channel, Dave and I both noticed from watching it that you do a lot of A-Bing of gear. A-Bing pickups or reviewing gear, showing off gear, but specifically you've done a lot of pickup, like this pickup versus this pickup videos.
Yeah.
And those are something that we've both been enjoying. We were wondering, how'd you get into that niche? Was that something you consciously thought, I'm gonna start making videos doing that, or was that just something you were doing for fun on your own and started making videos of? What was the evolution of that?
Well, there's multiple parts to that question, I guess, or answers, but the main thing was goes back to my buddy that he did it, and he was like, you can do it, just put pickups up. And I was like, okay. So I started doing that, and I enjoyed it. And then really I got and most of this is PAF type pickups. I haven't done a lot of high gain stuff or anything like that. Like most of my channel is vintage oriented type stuff, but I got into trying them, and then hearing the 2 to 5% difference in what the magnets do and all that, and I just started nerding.
Yeah, so you went down the whole
like
rabbit hole, way down the hole, way down it.
And then,
hey Lawrence, I see you out there, buddy.
The second part of that question, or the answer to that question, would be, I noticed that there weren't a lot of this pickup versus this one. Like, you could search YouTube and there's not a throwback versus whiz pickup, PAF shootout, really.
Right.
And the ones there were 2 different guitars or something like that. So I was like, well, I could film the same 4 licks and then measure my mics and try to eliminate as many variables as possible, put them in the same guitar. And then as I acquire pickups and film those licks, then I can use that footage and put them all up against each other later. And, it would be something useful for anybody else out there. And that really, that was a really, as far as things that I do, that became a really popular thing. And
exactly, that's like a niche on your channel that nobody else has. That's what we were like alluding to with the question. So now that you've done all that, the question now gets a little bit more difficult. So this is part B of the question. So at this point in time, what are your favorite set of pickups, and can you tell us why?
Yeah, I could tell you why.
Well, let's do this. What's your favorite set of humbuckers and your favorite set of single coils?
Oh, there you go. Make it even harder.
Man, as far as humbuckers go, my favorite set and this is only based on my experiences in my guitars, but there's a set of Righteous Sound RAFs that I think it's his only PAF that he makes right now, and he's out I think he's in Austin, but he made these while I started the channel. Like, this was one of those things where he was like, we had talked before, and I'd done some demos for the guy, and then we just became cool, and then he made a set of PAFs later, and he sent them, And so I put them in a guitar, and I was like, man, these are some of the brightest and clearest PAFs that I've ever played, or PAF copies that I've played, And then I put them in a different guitar, which that's important to me, because the best pickups for me are if I have a different guitar, I can keep the pickups and throw them in another one, and they still sound great, So as I've rotated those through 3 or 4 of my guitars, they've always delivered what I wanted them to deliver, no matter the variable that they were in, So there are a ton of amazing sets out there, but personally for me, that set works in everything. So
you said it was Righteous Sound is the guy
Sound, yeah. And there's been other sets like that too, but for some reason I hold those close to the chest, mainly because I think I have the very first set, which is kind of cool. So maybe there's some subjectivity going on there too, as far as favorite or whatnot, but they work in everything. So I like those. The single coils, man, I'm so far. I don't do a lot, and I don't, probably the Monterey's, which are a set from a company called Lust for Tone, and I have them in a Hendrix type guitar, and they just nail that 60s tone, and it's got they're themed Hendrix. They got the 60s vibe. I don't sound like Hendrix, but when I'm playing Hendrix, I'm inspired. So that set works for me as far as single coils go. There's a lot. I think Strats there's not a lot of things that make them sound different. It's just output to me. Like, I'm not a pro at it. I'm not a super detailed Strat guy, so it's hard to tell sometimes. I put them out there and I play them and I like them all. So, but I like that guitar. I like the way it sounds, so we'll just go with that.
Cool. If you like, that's what it boils down to anyway, right? If you like the way it sounds.
Man. I don't even remember some of them. Like I've went through a lot of different sets. So.
Well, definitely, if somebody wants to find out how pickups sound, pretty good chance you've tried them out on your channel. So
or at least
humbucker wise, anyway, right?
Or something similar. That's pretty cool.
All right, Dave, you want to hit him up with the next one?
So, if you could possess anyone's talent for 24 hours, only 24 hours though, who would it be?
Okay, let's see here. Anyone's power.
Anyone's talent.
Anyone's talent.
Talent.
Anyone's talent.
Talent. So the power.
Doesn't have to. Well, it could be power. It doesn't have to be talent as far as playing the guitar. It could be talent in building a guitar, or talent as a CEO, or talent as an astronaut. Just whatever.
Man, there's a lot of good ways to answer this question.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna take the funny route and say I would probably take Quentin James's talent for 24 hours because there's no way in hell I can eat a well-done steak with ketchup, and something like that would definitely be, a new experience.
That could be an experience that you would carry with you for the rest of your life. Where else can you get that? You can't get that experience anywhere else.
And that's just one thing. There's 24 hours. I could not wear pants. I could go on for hours. So.
You could take a Dremel to all your guitars.
And the best thing is it's just 24 hours, so you get to come.
So you snap out of it. It's not like Groundhog Day where you wake up tomorrow and have to do it all over again. It's just one time through.
So shout out to Quentin for the inspiration.
Okay, just take Quentin James's talent for. I'm sure Quentin's recording this right now. This will be all over social media before the show is over.
Sorry to talk over you there, Brian.
That's okay. We do that to each other all the time.
Legato? God, I mean,
Quentin's got really good legato.
I think Dave and I were talking today about Quentin. We were like, Quentin's got skills.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, and he's funny as hell too. So that
I don't know about that, but he's got skills.
Well,
no, he's pretty funny. Okay, next question. We're getting down to the end, but you're not quite there yet. We're still making you think here.
Uh-oh.
So, Jacob, we're going to strand you on a deserted island, but you've got power. So, we actually added in a little bit of question in this question that everybody normally gets this question, but you're getting a special version tonight. So, So tonight you get to take one guitar to the island, but you have to pick one set of pickups to put in the guitar, which you may have already said that. And then you got to pick one amp, one effects pedal of some sort, one album to listen to, and one miscellaneous luxury item. So first thing we need is, what guitar would you take to the deserted island with you if you're going to be stuck out there for a while?
Man. Take a guitar to a deserted island. Only one. I'd probably take a Telecaster. I have a newfound love for the Telecaster recently, and I ignored it for a very long time. And now I'm realizing that it's one of the most diverse and moddable, and you can just make them do whatever you want. So in case some other people showed up and wanted to jam and it just happened to be a type of music I didn't know, or, that would probably work out for me. As far as pickups go in the Telecaster, probably take a company called Fat Pups, and they make this set called a Blackguard set, and me and some of my other Tele friends all agree that they rock. They sound really great. So go ahead.
Sorry, is that bridge flat pole piece?
Yes, I believe. Yes, it is.
Good man.
Yeah.
Good man.
And Alnico 3, I think, on both.
Nice.
It's a great sounding set, and if I got a Tele, I'll just put that in there. I'm not going to overthink it. That's the one that comes to mind. So
Nice.
What were the other parts?
Well, one amp. You got to pick an amp to go with. Doesn't have to be one you own. It could it could be your dream amp.
Man, see, there's different ways to build this rig, like thinking nerd stuff, man. If I'm going with a Tele, I'm going to take my Tweed Deluxe variant by a company called Mule Skinner back here. And I'm not trying to plug names. This is what I have. And he's in Kentucky. He builds an amazing hand-wired Tweed Deluxe variant, kind of beefed up. It's awesome. And it's pretty much my number one now. I don't get to play my Plexis out or anything.
So you're pretty much just sucking up the Fender on our show, is what you're saying.
Well,
I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding.
Take a Fender Tweed Deluxe, maybe a 50 something.
You take this guy's hot rodded one.
Yeah,
no, I'm just kidding anyway.
I'd take the one I own right now, because I know the sound. I can make it do what I need to do. So
that's half the battle right there. You find one, you get the tone out of it you want. It's not really a good reason to mess with it, is there?
I guess a Comet 60 would work, But
what about an effects pedal? Not a tuning pedal. We're giving you a tuning pedal. That don't count. So you delay. Okay. Which one? You got a favorite? A brand, a certain brand or particular delay you like, or?
I've been on this kick. They all do delay, but I just got this Keeley Echos that it just came out around NAMM. I think they brought it out or showed it last year, and then it just came out. And I wanted a tape delay. I was using the Analog Man ARDX20, and I moved to this Keeley Echos pedal, and I played it at practice last night, and it was the best sounding slapback and long delays I've had in a live mix. Because I'm not a pro at delay. I'm still learning. I don't know how to do very much with it, but if it sounds good with the band, then I'm digging it. And this one sounded really good, and I was really happy with it. So let's just take that one. It's the Keeley Echos tape delay. I guess it is.
I think that's on the front page of Reverb down at the bottom right now, because
it might be.
Just
it's
been
brand
released.
New. It's brand new. So it's a cool one.
All right, Jacob, you have to pick one album to listen to.
One album to listen to.
Album.
Black Crowes, Southern Harmony, and Musical Companion.
That's a good album.
That's probably their best one.
Not a question.
I won't tell my Black Crowes story tonight then.
You can tell it if you want. It
wasn't a happy ending for me.
They've had a lot of difficult times, but they when they get together and they're vibing, man, that's one of my favorite rock bands. So we'll just take
cool.
That. Yeah.
All right. One miscellaneous luxury item. What can you not live without? And we've had the gamut of answers on here. There's nothing you can think of that somebody else probably hadn't. Well, you might say something somebody else hadn't said yet, but the range of what's been said is
right.
It's a full spectrum of what you could think of.
Man, if I'm on a deserted island,
yeah, you gotta have a luxury
item. Sunscreen, has that been said?
There you go.
Nope.
I mean, it's,
And in a pinch, it could also double as meat lube if you overcook your meat.
if you could find some berries, you could maybe tint it
Make
red.
make it ketchup.
Right. Ketchup,
If you were doing your 24-hour Quentin James stint on the island,
It would be
you would have had to take ketchup as your luxury item.
Right. Oh man, that's awesome.
All right, we're down to the last question. Although we probably should have thrown the number 8 question in tonight. About we'll do that. We'll do this one, then I'll do that one.
Well, no, you go. Go ahead and do that one, and then I'll.
All right, yeah, and then we'll finish up. Okay, so you already mentioned you were at practice last night, so we wanted to ask you about you playing in bands. Are you just in one band, or how many bands you're in, and you guys gig a lot, or what's the deal with all that?
I've got a couple right now. Both are pretty informal. One I got with some guys that I've been friends with, and I played with the drummer since we did the high school talent show together, and we all weren't doing anything. So it was like, man, we know some songs. Let's get together and hang out, and play some songs. So we go down to like my hometown in Kentucky, and there's some bars down there on the Bourbon Trail and things, and we can get in there pretty easily and jam and 3-piece stuff, Hendrix and, just blues and bar stuff, but it's fun and it's with good company. And then the other band that I'm currently in is
what's the name of that band? What's the name of that band?
Called Old Soul Remedy. Yeah.
Old Soul Remedy. That's a good name.
Yeah. And then
OSR.
Yeah.
It's even got initials like BTO.
It's real informal. We don't have a logo or anything, it's we just go down and jam. The other band that I play in here in Louisville is a band called Solar Flannel, and it's something different I've never done. I've always been in bands where I've played lots of hard classic rock and things like that. And as I've gotten older, I've really enjoyed some different types of music. You may or may not dig it, but I love the Dead and other stuff like that. And so there's a pretty good scene around here for that. And I've been really fortunate enough to land myself in a group of musicians that are far beyond my talent and capabilities on their instruments. It's just they have, their list of things they've done and knowledge and everything is just it's a pleasure to even be in the company because they support you, and like you have space, and when you're playing on that, what I consider that cool of a level, there's everybody supporting each other and they're not playing over top. There's never volume issues. The music is always really, really just fun, and
everybody's on point.
Yeah. And you don't have to overthink it, and we don't take it all super serious. And it's just like, hey, we're going to go play this gig, and a bunch of people show up and we have a great time. And when you're done, you're like, man, I can't believe I just played that gig like that. I can't believe I'm playing with these dudes. But it's a lot of Grateful Dead and a lot of Allman Brothers and things like that. And really fun and challenging.
Band kind of thing.
Yeah, kind of. It's challenging because it requires you to play to the chords. It's something that I'm not very good at. As the chords change in the song, you got to try to keep up, and it's being able to be challenged like that in a live setting consistently is really, really fun. Nice. Yeah. Oh God, Gomer. Give it to Gomer. He knows all of them. He knows all the hits.
That nickname was revealed on this show. We all found out his nickname was Gomer on this show.
Really?
I know. After he said that, he was like, "Why did I do that? I'm never going to live that down." And you were right, Quentin. You were never going to live that down.
It never gets old, old Gomer.
No.
The cool thing about that is you are surrounded by musicians that you feel are better than you, which, in a sense, motivates you to become better.
Right. It's a struggle to keep. I feel like it's a struggle to keep up, because it's like I'm the only one that potentially hits a wrong note every night. These dudes don't hit a wrong note, and I kind of just guess like, well, let's bend into the next one, La, 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 la,
You probably just get better from osmosis anyway, though, right? They're pushing you. It sounds like they're pushing you all the time, so you got to get better just to hang, right?
Right. I feel that way, and the pressure is only on. We're our own worst critic, The pressure is only on me. They're really great guys, and
So they're not if you bend the wrong note, they're not going to beat you up after the show.
Not usually, no.
Not usually.
I beat myself up. Usually I spend the next day thinking, man, I wish I would have done this differently or that differently.
If it was the big Kentucky Derby gig and you screwed it all up, then you might be getting beat up after the show. But do you guys gig heavy around Derby week? I bet you're busy, right? No.
I've been in that scene. This is the opposite of that, like we wouldn't most of the time. Maybe we did play one Derby night gig, but it's not like, this is just all cool hippie people hanging out at a great bar, and everybody knows everybody. And it was the same way the week before. Like some of the Derby stuff that happens here in Louisville gets pretty rowdy and wild.
Oh, yeah.
Big time. I don't even want to be there. I just assume stay in the country and not get in the city when that's going on.
After the show, I want to ask you about a couple bands down there that maybe you're aware of, and we'll talk about those. We got one more question for you. Dave's going to shoot it at you.
So what questions should we have asked you that we did not?
Oh man, that's a good. You guys are. This isn't just an entertainment show. This is research, isn't it? Listen to you.
If we could make you cry like Barbara Walters, we'd do that. We'd do that, man. We'd get ratings out of that.
Man, that's really hard. I guess something that I would be interested in, would be what you're using. If you have a YouTube channel, I would be interested in seeing what people are using to record their stuff and how they're managing the channel and things like that, just to be able to improve myself or learn something or what software and things like that. It's probably too nerdy for, I don't know. I would be interested in knowing stuff like that, especially like Tone King. If you guys had asked him that, I'd have been all over it. I'd been like, well, what is he using? What mic has he got? What lighting does he have? He
gets something new every week.
Right. So, something like that would be cool,
Cool.
I see our friend Glenn is in the chat. Welcome, Glenn. And the great Vanzini wants to know where you're from. And you're from, well, we know you live in Louisville area, but is that where you're from originally?
I'm from Kentucky. I was born in LaRue County, so Abraham Lincoln's birthplace. Not to be confused with his boyhood home, which there's about 20 of those. He lived
in Indiana before he lived in Illinois. I don't know why Illinois gets the credit.
Yeah, so
yeah, but, he was a boy in Indiana before he was a boy in Illinois. And I don't know. I don't get why they get the credit, but
we have the cabin in LaRue County. Where he was born.
There you go.
Yeah, so.
Got Daniel Boone too,
right.
and bourbon. They got it going on down there.
Yeah.
All right.
There you go.
Well, that brings us to the end of the question and answer session. So you survived. You did very well. Thank you so much. Good answers. Those were enjoyable. We got to know you a little bit better. Now we want to do more fun stuff with you. We have a new segment that we started last week called Piece of Your Action. And it's basically some guest show and tell. And we would like for you to share 2 or 3 of your favorite guitars with us, show them to us, and tell us about them.
Cool. I'll have to snag
the
headphones and snag them.
That'll work. That'll work.
I'll be right back.
Cool.
Oh, we've had a couple new people while Jacob's getting those.
I see Mark O's Images is in, and I see Krellbar. I think he's been in for a while.
James has been here the whole time.
James was here like before we went on.
Sandra Picorni is in. So,
what you got there, Jacob?
Okay, first one. This is a. Let's see if I can do it correctly. Is that
a Hendrix?
No, it's a 2007 Mexican reverse headstock. 60s reverse headstock. So it was like the year that Fender didn't put the Hendrix name on them and made them in Mexico instead.
Right.
And this is the guitar that has those Monterey's from Let's for Tone in it.
Oh,
and,
cool.
Is
that Olympic white?
Olympic white. Yeah. And this guitar actually comes with a 1-ply, and I put a 3-ply on there. And it actually comes as well with the pickup reversed. So, but I wanted it traditional,
So when you got the new pick guard.
Yeah, so I changed it out and made it more of a traditional Strat with the reverse headstock. But the reason that I chose this one is because a good friend of mine that used to come and watch me play when I was really young gave it to me as a just as a gift. He said he bought it one time years ago and had me in mind. And I used to play Little Wing, and it was awful. I mean, in my opinion, it was probably awful, but I used to play it, and he liked it. And then years later, he's like, you should come down. And when I went down and hung out with him, and he was like, here, you're taking this. And so this guitar was just a gift, it's like,
nice.
That's awesome.
And it was really nice gesture. He's a really great guy and still a great friend, and something that I can't get rid of, wouldn't get rid of.
I cherish that. Heck yeah.
And I don't name most of my guitars, but he asked me what I was going to name it. And so I guess he wanted me to name it. So I decided to go with a name called Gracia, which is kind of a legal term meaning from kindness or something like that. I did a little research, but it's been a while. And then I had the neck plate engraved there for him, and it says Gracia.
Nice.
From kindness, thank you, and his initials there on the back. And
that's super
that meant
cool.
a lot to him. So that's a cool thing. And when I play Strats, I usually play this one. So there's one.
What's the neck shape on that one? Is it the C or is it a V or what is it?
It's a C, just a regular C shape. It's kind of I don't know the measurements because I've never bought a caliber, even though I've told lots of people they should. But, it's very thin, and it's kind of like a wide, thin C pattern. I'm not a really big fan. It's not my favorite neck, to be honest. See,
there
Dave,
you go.
$20 guys. Learn what neck you love. Use it. Learn what neck you love, so that you don't have to question yourself ever again. Tip of the day from me.
Tip of the day.
But
love your neck.
Right on. There you go. So there's one. How many you want? 2 or 3? 2?
Yeah. Grab a couple more. We got time. We're doing all right. Tom says we got 50 people watching and 20 thumbs up already. And we had one thumb down about 4 hours before we went on. So I guess they decided they didn't like the show before they watched it.
Oh. I think this is going to make 6-string Brian happy.
Ooh, look at how.
What is it? This is.
There we go.
Sorry, I probably got back from the mic a little bit, but.
Hey, you're all right.
Do it this way.
Yeah, that's pretty.
No. And this is just it's a 2011 R8. I got it on a great deal.
Did he say it's just my 2011 R8?
Well,
he said it's just my 2011 R8. I'm pretty sure that's what he said.
It doesn't have the flame, A lot of people don't like that.
Oh, okay.
The lead with just in case I offend somebody because I don't have a AAA
It's just a custom shop 1958 reissue. That's all.
Baseball bat, huh?
What's that?
Like the baseball bat?
I pretty much, if the bigger the neck, the better for me. I enjoy having something to grab onto, So
Can't do it, man.
I own an SG, and I'm selling it because of that reason. It's so thin, and I can't vibe with it, man, at all. But I enjoy this, and the R7 necks, I enjoy those too. But this guitar does great. It's a great sounding Les Paul. It weighs about 9 pounds, 2 ounces. PAFs don't sound too thick in it. It's got some beef to it. I wish it was a little brighter. But it is what it is.
Is that still the stock custom buckers in there?
No. The 2011 it came with burst buckers. I think custom buckers were 12 or 13, something like that. Okay. But I took the burst buckers out. I have nothing against any of Gibson's pickups, but I don't have enough guitars to try pickups in, so they have to come out and they. Right now it's loaded with a set of Porter Anthem Pluses, which is a Porter set, and it's an overwound bridge. And surprisingly, there's still that bridge pickup is still pretty bright. It's awesome. But it's getting ready to get loaded with a set of Buzztone 59s, and guy from Pennsylvania. So it's a good demo guitar and a workhorse. Sounds great live. It's
nice.
There you go. Is that enough? You want one more? I can do one more quick one or not?
Give us another one.
All right.
That's right, Glenn. It needs P&AFs.
Yeah, we should get him a set because that's what he does on his channels.
Go around
does pickup stuff all the time. Yep. We got to get you hooked up with our buddy in the chat that's been on the show, Glenn from Guitar Bazaar, because he builds custom.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I've chatted with Glenn over email. Me and Dave talked.
Oh, okay, cool. So you guys are already hooked up then.
He's building some good stuff, man. Dave told me where he gets all his parts and stuff. We really nerded out the other night about it. Glenn's doing it right, so that's awesome. Yep. What's up, Glenn? So third one, real quick. This is
that's sweet.
It's actually an MJT, and I put Fender on it because I'm a hack, like guitar hack. But I saw a telly, and I started wanting a telly, and I had them build this one. They painted it Fire Mist Silver, which is kind of I think it took the place of Inca Silver in 64, 65 for a few years. It's more blue, and then it turns a little more green as it ages, the nitro.
Right.
So, it's got Florence pickups in it right now. I'm borrowing from a friend, Florence T60s. It's a rosewood neck from All Parts, and I went with an All Parts neck because I didn't want a double action truss rod. I wanted the vintage version. And this is just some theory that some friends said, that there's less truss rod, more wood, less cutout, better resonance. I don't know if it was real or not. I don't know if I believe it, but some of the best parts casters I've played had those necks, and that's what I went on. So I enjoyed their guitar, and I thought it was awesome, so I just went with that theory,
I can make
you see that body again.
Suggestion on a neck. If you want a big fat freaking neck.
I want to see that color. Look at that color, man.
It's actually, it didn't get as green as I wanted it to, but we were trying to do it over email and text, and everybody's looking at a different screen, and I was scared they would age it too green with vintage tint, so. Is
that a nitro finish on that?
Yeah, it's all nitro.
Put it out in the sun, man. It'll turn green. Yeah. Seriously.
I thought about that, or just like burning a carton of cigarettes in the car and leaving it in the trunk or something like
put it in a tanning bed for a half hour.
Just set it on a stand and let the sun hit it. Let the sun hit it during the day, like if you're in the house, and it'll turn. It'll eventually turn because what happens is the UV reacts with the lacquer and starts to yellow.
Right.
So it'll turn. And it's a quick suggestion: if you want a big fat neck with a double action truss rod, look at Atlantic Customs.
Atlantic Custom
Guitars. Yeah, they build licensed Fender neck. They build really nice necks.
Right on.
The one I got from them on the blue Telecaster that I built, whatever, that neck, it's a baseball bat, and you would probably like it.
Right on. All right. I've never heard of Atlantic Customs. I looked at Music Craft and all the other ones, and I was like, I'm just going to go with the neck.
They're on eBay and Reverb.
Okay, cool. Just link me on that then so I can check it out when you get time.
I disagree with that, Glenn, completely.
Uh-oh.
It's behind the chat on my things behind. I was going to post it on there, but it hadn't popped up yet.
All right.
Cool. Well, tell us, guys, so the new little segment there, Piece of Your Action, let us know if you like that little guest show and tell thing we've been trying out the last couple of weeks, if that's something you want us to keep doing or not. We just think it's kind of fun to see some of the guest stuff and let them talk about it. So that's a little bit of new action there, and appreciate you showing us the guitars. Too bad they're all terrible. I wouldn't own any of it. No, I'm just kidding. They're awesome. Well, we're going to show more guitars.
Yep.
We're going to show more guitar. It is that time. It's time for the Red Hots, everybody.
I can relax now.
You can relax now. You're off the hot seat for a couple minutes anyway.
Okay.
So Red Hot. Let me get the first one up here.
I'm going to be looking this way, guys. I'm not trying to be rude, but all my stuff is on this monitor, not this monitor. So I'm going to be turned away from you guys, kind of away, so you guys get to see the profile. Okay, first up.
You ready?
I'm ready, man.
Boom.
So we have a vintage V100 AFD / model 2020. So this is a vintage guitar, which is a brand. It's $466.65 free shipping, and coming out of San Clemente, California. So this is a solid mahogany body with a carved maple cap. So this is real deal, real construction. It's not a veneer, so it would seem. Mahogany set neck, 24 3/4 scale, 22 frets, Perloid dot in on the inlays. Is it really dot? No, it's trap. Sorry, trapezoid. I'm just reading what it says. Wilkinson tuners, the WJ44s, Wilkinson pickups, the WVHZ humbuckers, which those aren't terrible pickups by any stretch of the imagination. They're not great, but they're not terrible pickups. They're some of their better ones. Chrome hardware. Yeah.
All loaded up.
Kind of a cool looking guitar.
Kind of has that Joe Perry custom shop Les Paul top on it. That's the first thing when I saw it it reminded me of that right off the bat.
Yeah, it definitely reminded me more of kind of like the Boneyard.
Yeah, the Joe Perry Boneyard more so than the Slash.
Exactly. More so than the AFD.
Right.
So,
466 out the door from California.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right.
All right. Let's get on. We'll go to the next one. Let's see.
This one's kind of an oddball.
Oh, let's see. Oh, yeah. I never heard of this brand before today.
Yeah, I hadn't either. I saw it, and it was kind of weird, and we've never shown this. This is the Tragan, I guess is how you pronounce it, Siren, standard, and white and black. Kind of an interesting body shape there.
Just a one photo, guys. Sorry about that.
Yeah, just one photo. It's contoured. The body's made out of NATO, which is an Eastern mahogany-ish. Rosewood fretboard, 24 medium jumbo frets. The inlays they call them Siren wing inlays.
They're wings. I was wondering if they were supposed to be they look like the bat symbol, the bat logo or something.
Well, if you look at it's kind of the shape, it's kind of the horn shape of the guitar too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So two-way truss rod, 12-inch radius, so Gibson radius on the fretboard, 25.5-inch scale, so Fender scale length, two pneumatic with string through body, one volume, two tone. I would flip that around to do two volume, one master tone. That's just me. Yeah, kind of a cool, just something different, right? So it's 407.15 out the door, and it's on sale for 15% off.
Till tomorrow till tonight at midnight.
Tonight at midnight,
yeah. So it goes back up $72 at midnight.
Yeah.
So it's in Maine, Brookline, Maine. Yep. All right. We'll go to the next one. That's kind of cool.
That'd be Massachusetts, wouldn't it? MA? It's Massachusetts. ME is Maine.
Oh, yeah, you're right. My bad. Thanks for the geography lesson. ESP coming at you. Bam. I like that one.
This is the Phoenix 1000 neck through with Macassar ebony fretboard and vintage white. Kind of that Firebird kind of thing.
Is this the same one, just different color that TK gave away on his channel? Yep. Same guitar? Yep. Cool.
That's a cool guitar.
It is cool.
It is.
I like that color.
If you guys are looking to check out a Firebird type guitar for less than $1,000, this is it. I mean, these things look great.
Is it constructed the same, Dave, with the
neck through? Mm-hmm.
Right. The center block all the way through the guitar?
Yep.
Neck through.
Yep. It's going to have a little different contour. They call it a thin U on the neck carve. So it's going to be a little more shreddy than, say the real Firebird, which is right there, somewhere right in there. You can kind of see it. Tone Pros lock-in lock-in LTD tuners. Tone Pros lock-in tune-o-matic. Seymour Duncan Fat Cat and a Seymour Duncan Custom for the pickup. So the Fat Cat in the neck and which is a P90, by the way. And
ebony board. Did you say ebony board?
Ebony, yep.
Nice.
Yep.
So Pitbull Audio, that's a big shop.
Mm-hmm.
In California. $1,000 out the door.
Yep.
Free shipping. Cool. Those are pretty neat.
Yep.
All right, moving along. Oh, here's another brand I'd never seen before today either. I don't know where you get some of these, Dave. This one's kind of cool.
Hey, man, I'm just finding these things on Reverb and stuff we haven't shown. Fred King, Esprit V or Esprit 5 electric guitar and Sunburst.
Just the one picture again on that one.
Yeah. So this is out of Orangevale, California. 770.97 out the door. It's got a long tenon set neck construction, 3-piece center block, agathis body, maple neck with rosewood fretboard, direct mount pneumatic bridge. So it's basically ABR, old school ABR1 style, where they screw the post right into the body. And whatever their own pickups, kind of, I guess, sort of PAF kind of deal, because it just says classic rock, kind of talks about the pickups.
It says down here that it has something to do with Trev Wilkinson. Is that the same Wilkinson as the hardware company? I bet it is. So maybe this is a collaboration with one of the guys that's Wilkinson.
I think those pickups are wide range humbuckers, aren't they?
No, they don't look like wide range. Wide range are going to have the
I thought
3 and 3.
I thought I read something about wide range in the description, but I haven't seen the guitar yet since you scrolled down. Sorry about that.
It doesn't. There's just the one close up. That's all. That's as close as I can get.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, it's the WHHBs is for the or the pickups. So I guess they're Wilkinson pickups as well. I'm not that familiar with their nomenclature and what they are. I'm familiar with the last one because I've had a set of the last ones.
7% off, which is an odd number, but that one's good till 2 a.m.
2 a.m. There you
2
go.
a.m. All right,
Something
moving
different.
right along. Yeah, that was different. Oh, these are kind of cool. I wouldn't mind.
Now we're getting into a little more familiar territory, and I think the rest of these are pretty much all American made.
There's wide range.
This one's made in Mexico, I believe. But this is there you go, Ventura 70s Tele Deluxe.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, that's your wide range pickup.
Yeah, wide range. Yeah, the pickup guy screwed it all up.
Well, it wasn't a very good. It wasn't a very good picture.
These aren't real wide range pickups.
No.
The real wide range pickups came out of the 70s, and on the Tele Deluxes and the Tele Customs.
Was it 72 was the first year?
Yeah, 72, right.
Okay.
Those Seth Lover wide range pickups are phenomenal.
Really?
And they fetch a freaking mint now. Like 300 and change a piece.
Oh,
They're not cheap, but it's partly how they made them back then. A lot of the stuff you can't really make them that way anymore because of like EPA stuff. But there was something about those pickups, and when back in the 70s when Fender was putting those in the Tele Deluxe and the Tele Custom, they were using 1 meg pots with them. And man, those pots just opened them up, and they just sounded phenomenal. They're using 500Ks now, so you can use a 1 meg and open them up a little bit more. But yeah, anyway, so yeah, made in Mexico, 3-color sunburst, Alder body, Tele, thin C shape neck, 9.5-inch radius, standard Fender radius. Synthetic bone nut, wide range humbuckers, as we've already discussed.
It's a Telepaw hack. It's a Telepaw.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty much a Telepaw. Yeah.
765 out plus 50 shipping he wants, and he's in Michigan.
Yep.
All right.
Moving
Pretty cool.
right
I like that piece of wood. That was a nice piece of wood there.
Yeah.
Okay, this one's got a G on the headstock.
Yes, it is.
Which is always a good thing.
A few of those tonight.
A couple of them. I got to find the right one. There it is.
There it is. This is a double cut classic from 2006. It's got a nice figured top on it. Of course, mahogany, but we all know how these things are made. So this thing has a set of Rio Grande P90s, basically fat bastards. So they're full size humbucker size P90.
Yeah. I remember looking at the American Music Supply magazines when I was a kid and wanting the double cutaway in blue. I think they always had a picture of those guitars in blue, and I always wanted the double cutaway.
Yeah.
Those are cool guitars.
Hey, Dave, I just noticed the tailpiece is engraved. Is that aftermarket or?
Yeah, that's aftermarket tailpiece. Yeah.
That's gorgeous, though.
Yeah. Yep.
Man, that's such a pretty color, chocolatey brown color, isn't it? The
Root
whole
beer,
guitar.
yeah, root beer color is what it is.
Yeah, root beer.
Yeah, it's in good shape. He's 1131 with $50 shipping. He's not taking an offer, but he's in Reno, Nevada. Send him a message. See if he'll knock the shipping off for you.
You could probably get him down $50 anyway. He's been on here for 6 months if he really wants to sell it, so he'll come down a little bit.
Still cool guitar.
I like that color. You don't see that a lot.
No.
With the flame top like that and that color. Right. All right, let's see. Oh, okay, here you go. I have to find them on the list. The list is long. Takes me a minute to find them. There we go.
So this is an 03 PRS. I'm assuming S2 because it's a bolt-on. Swamp Ash Special.
No, it's a CE if it's a bolt-on.
CE. Sorry, yeah, CE. You're right. My bad. Swamp Ash Special. Say that. Swamp Ash Special in teal, trans teal. Yeah.
I don't know what that is, to be honest with you.
What is?
I don't think I've ever seen a CE that was HSH before. I mean, I could be wrong. Just I don't remember ever seeing one. And that top looks a lot more carved than my CE, which CEs have a carved top, but that's a pretty drastic carve, it looks like, at least in the photographs.
I'm wanting to think. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Jacob.
I'm wanting to say that the Swamp Ash Special. How do you say that 5 times fast? Yeah. This is the second. The second thing I would take on the island. Something for that.
There you go.
I think the Swamp Ash Special is
take some Swamp Ash medication with you.
Yeah, its own model without like the CE or brand.
I think you might be right.
Yeah,
I think you might be right.
But it's basically a CE with just a few different things. I mean, it's
right.
Cool guitar though. A friend of mine.
Pretty piece of wood. That's a gorgeous piece of wood, isn't it? Nice grain all through that thing. Are they lockers? Did it say if they were locking? Yeah, they're the kind that lock from the top. They're locking.
Yeah.
So yeah, Jacob called it. It's CE-ish.
Ish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 12.15 plus 62 shipping. He's taking an offer, and he's in McKinney, Texas.
That's about right for that guitar, I think.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
For a Swamp Ash Special.
Yeah.
Yeah. Quentin said it itches like a bee.
Hey, just off topic or on topic. I knew that question was coming, and I debated on going that route with the answer, like maybe some Desitin,
some what they call that stuff? Yeah, Desitin.
Leaves are going to be brutal after a while.
Definitely.
Leaves are brutal after a while.
Yeah, I got it in there. I chose not to answer that way, and I got it in there anyway. So.
Dirt on it.
No, don't do that. This thing's gorgeous. Moving right along.
Next up is a 2012 American Select Fender.
Fender. You got swamp ash mouth now.
I know. I'm reading. My eyes are looking one thing, and my
Don't eat Desitin. Just saying.
Don't eat Desitin. Yeah. So anyway, we've got a flame maple top on this one. It's a telly thin line. Really beautiful neck on that guitar. I mean,
Man, that's
gorgeous.
sick.
Yeah. So this one's a new burn. Guy's asking $1,400 with $100 shipping, and he's taking an offer. It's only been up 24 hours.
Wow, look at that flamed out neck, baby.
That's a beautiful neck on that.
I've never seen that medallion before on a
Me either.
Fender. What is that? Maybe it's just something he added. Wow, it's a nice piece of wood, isn't it?
It's got some bird's eye in that. I mean, that's just a beautiful neck on that.
That's not horrible for $1,400. Does it say if it's a special run? Does it say if it's a FSR? It doesn't say, does it? No,
it's a limited run. It was a limited
run. So it probably is a FSR then.
So
that's gorgeous.
He said he got rid of the original vintage case and purchased a molded Tilly case, which will be included in the purchase. So.
Oh, he's down in your old neighborhood, kind of, North
well,
Carolina.
New Bern's the other end of the state from where I grew up, but
gotcha.
New Bern's east. But yeah.
All right, sweet Telly. Oh, what's this thing? What's this guitar, Dave?
Oh, I have no idea.
I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen one of these before. What is this?
This is a 2001 Les Paul Custom, baby.
Oh, that's what that is?
$26.99 out the door.
Wow, dude, that's half price. That's almost half price.
That is a smoking deal, by the way. Even at that price, at under $2,700, most of these are getting fetching like $3,000. So this is a good deal. No breaks, cracks, or repairs. Fret life's about 85 to 90%. He says no cracks, dents, big scratches, or chips. Only wear worth mentioning is very subtle buckle rash on the back. That's on the back, man. You're not gonna see it on the front.
It just looked like there was some worming too. It wasn't even actually rash.
Yeah, just a little bit of light buckle.
If it had buckle rash on the front, I'd tell the dude you're doing it wrong.
Right. So this one's in Tokyo.
Hey, I just bought a guitar from Japan in this exact same color combination.
It's been a while since those strings have been changed.
Yeah, they might need. I think it's been in the case. Looks like it's been in the case for a while.
Yeah. Strings are a little haggard, but man, that thing's in great shape.
It's a really nice creamy white, and it's not blotchy. There's no yellow blotches.
And by the way, that's going to be
pink.
a real ebony fretboard on that. That's not a red fretboard, because that didn't happen until 2010.
7 ply on the front and 5 on the back.
Yes, sir.
There's the worming.
Lawrence. Lawrence. This is your guitar here, buddy. Mm-hmm.
Oh, and he's taking an offer on top of it.
He is taking an offer. I know. That's why I said he's taking an offer.
Now, what I learned when I bought my Edwards is if it's over $800, you might have some kind of an import customs fee. Below 800, supposedly you don't. I didn't, so which is cute. So, all right, that's gorgeous, nice.
Yeah,
good price on that one.
The hard shell case too, with the blanket.
Just in case you get cold, you can sleep in your case.
Now we're hiking up in price a bit. This is a 1969 Dan Armstrong Lucite. So these are kind of rare-ish. They're heavy as lead, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like you intonate it with a block of wood.
Yep. This is not something we've shown before, so it's definitely. These are cool. Joe Perry plays one of these. Quite a few people play these, but
looks like the acacia headstock.
Almost, yeah. Yeah.
The fretboard appears to be extremely wide. Just in the photograph, it looks really wide. Could just be optical illusion.
So he says it's wide, thin, and very fast is how he describes it.
Wide and thin, huh?
Yeah. I have the original 2 saddles, plus I had one made to lower the action to my liking, which is what is on the guitar now. 2 of the 3 original strap buttons. Has the period correct flathead screws from the bridge.
So are those what he was talking about?
No, those are the pickups.
Oh, wow.
So that pickup, if you look at go back to the guitar, you can swap out those pickups. That's why it's dished out.
Oh, I got you.
Dished out right there. You can those pickups plug and unplug. So
just slide it. They just pop in and out. I got it.
Yep.
And you intonate it with the piece of wood.
Yep.
Seems like if you were going to go all that trouble to make a guitar out of lucite or whatever it is, you would use a real bridge on it. But that's just me.
Yeah, that's still cool, man. Still cool.
$31.50.
Yeah, they're not cheap.
Somebody who's looking for one of those, and he's in New York.
Yeah.
So, all right, don't see those every day.
Oh.
All right, let's see what else we got. Oh, this is a little bit more mainstream here.
A little more mainstream, but this is an old 6120 Chet Atkins Gretsch.
That's a cool guitar.
Yeah, it is. Get your Brian May on, guys.
There you go.
Chet Atkins. This has some pots dating back to 65. So it's probably somewhere early 66. Case is in good shape. Ebony fretboard on this one. Yeah, 4-digit serial number. So yeah, original Filtertrons. I mean, this is the real deal Chet Atkins. The real deal.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love the natural relicking, the natural VOS.
Hey, well, it's
got a little bit of cracking on your neck binding there, but probably doesn't affect the playability any.
That adds tone, Brian, right there. That's what that does.
Yeah, that's mojo, baby.
That happened. That's a really common thing on those old Gretches. The binding shrinks. It's almost like they use Bakelite for the binding, and it.
What's the story on this cover back here with what appears to be snap closures?
It is. It is. It's a leather cover. And that's the original cover. It's kind of cool, man. It's a
little cracking, but it seems just all to do with the binding. I don't see
binding,
any.
Yeah, it's all just binding. A lot of those you end up having to get rebound. Yeah.
Might need a fret job at some point.
Yeah, probably will.
Like immediately.
Yeah, like today.
But that doesn't mean anything. It's
all the original
still cool though.
Tags, original case. I mean, yeah.
What year did it say it was?
It's probably a 66.
66. It's almost as old as I am.
Yeah.
I got cracks and dings too, so
yeah, for real.
That happens.
All right,
that's pretty sweet for that money.
We're getting into expensive territory, and we're getting into cool stuff. So next up,
this particular name of this guitar was actually mentioned in the show earlier. We're circling back around to the Blackguard.
Here is a 1953 Blackguard.
Man,
did you see the price? By the way, for
33 grand basically.
Woo!
I'm gonna make him an offer for $42.
There you go.
To which he will not respond.
That's fine.
Well,
that's fine.
If you guys remember last week, I showed a couple refin Strat, and it was about 10 grand. And I said the originals fetch a lot more ones that haven't been refinished. So if you want to snag a good deal on a vintage guitar, that's the way to do it. This is proven. This is my way to prove it to you.
Yeah, because this isn't a refin.
This is not a refin. Basically all the tuners have been changed to the Kluson Deluxe from 1964 onward. the pots, there's one pot in there that's probably original. The other pot in there is from 1980. The selector switch is an aftermarket, which is fine.
That's some oxidation there.
Yeah, that's original flat pole telly bridge pickup, and they have altered the circuit, so they took the dark circuit out. If you guys know anything about those old tellies, when you went into it was the very far forward position, so the number 3 position on a telly would have been this dark. They have this dark circuit that they put in, and it's almost unusable. And that was a very popular thing to do with those old Blackguards and whatnot, even up until the mid 50s. So
January 12th, 1953.
Yep.
That's almost a 52.
Yeah, that's almost a 52. Yeah.
Did it say anything about the original parts being included, or I'm assuming 60 years or more now, whatever the math is, that
somebody's autographed it. I just noticed that.
No,
I can't read it. Or is that on the inside?
No, it's still got. I mean, it's still got all the wax coated wires and all that. So all that's the pickups are original.
Right. I just mean like the tuners. Did somebody change the tuners and keep the old ones as well, or probably not?
Probably not. No,
it's probably done in the 60s or something. You know.
Right.
When they didn't know it was going to be worth $32,000.
Right. But it's still. I mean, basically, it's pretty much an all original. It's a.
Who is this guy that signed it at least 3 places? Does it say in the description?
Probably it's the guy that owned it in 1993, I would guess.
I guess he wanted to make sure nobody hawked it.
Right.
You could identify it.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
got some mojo.
I'd almost switch my Desert Island pick right now and take that.
Go for that one?
Yeah. Go for that Blackguard.
Oh, man, that is an amazing telly.
Yeah.
Well, if you thought that was pretentious, you ain't seen nothing yet.
We got even more pretentious.
Yes, we do. We have some more Fender action.
Yes, we do. This is an original 1962 Strat with hang tags and all matching serial number, $29,500.
Wow.
I mean, that is all original. Every bit of this is original.
This has been in the case underneath somebody's bed for 40 years.
Exactly what I was about to say. That is what they call closet queen.
Closet queen, case queen. Yep. Exactly what that is.
That is crazy.
Pretty sick, isn't it?
All original 1962 Strat in that condition. I feel like it should be more just based on markets and how they went up. But
yeah,
I mean, 30,000's a lot, but it's still that clean.
He says
pretty freaking clean, man.
He says all the solder joints are original and untampered with.
Listen, somebody's grandfather had this and gave it to him, and he's like, "I don't play guitar. I'm ready to cash in."
Yep. I mean, it's got it's got a few little marks on it, but
well, how could it not?
Exactly. Look at that case.
And it's probably been played. Look at the case has been gigged.
Yeah.
Used it for another guitar.
Right.
Even the case has got mojo.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's got a few little dings and dents, but man, overall, that's
too bad the price isn't filled in. We could have seen what they paid for it brand new. Now that it's $29,500.
What do you think it went for, Dave? 300?
Back in '62?
Yeah.
No, they were probably. Yeah, maybe. Well, so a 59 or 60 Les Paul standard was $375 with case back in 59, 60. So it's probably $400.
Think he's got enough springs on it?
Yeah, all 5.
Yeah.
Wow, look at that.
That thing's crazy, man. That's museum piece.
Probably $450 or $500, I would say.
March 2nd, 1962 was on the neck.
Yeah.
March 2nd,
The
62.
original hang tags add value to it too, because it with the matching serial number. I mean, this is a pre-L series. This is as real deal strat as real deal strat gets.
Yeah.
So
that's pretty sweet. All right, we got one more. Totally obnoxiously expensive. If you have to ask, you cannot afford it. Guitar.
Yep. This is a 1958 real deal Flying V and Corinna Flying V. This is the holy grail of Flying V guitars.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I would do with that guitar? I would take the
sell
pickups
it,
out
keep the money.
Sell it.
sell it and keep the money.
I just take the pickups out. Look at those round corners, man. Look at that.
Yeah, that's PAF written all over it, don't it, Jacob?
Yeah.
That's real deal PAFs. I mean, yeah.
That's a killer guitar too. That's a lot of money though, man.
That's Ferrari money, dude.
Yeah. It's a lot of money.
That
you know
is
how much Desitin you can buy with
$400,000? Good God, you could buy the whole Desitin factory.
I told Brian, I said, with this one, it's like I said, what was it? I said, better be ready to take out another mortgage on this one.
Yeah, this is a second mortgage guitar here.
Yeah.
Excellent. Shoot, this guitar costs more than my house. This is more than a second mortgage. This is like a second and a half mortgage.
So, original case. I mean, that's the original case there.
There's a video of it playing if you want to actually hear it.
If
you're buying it for $410,000, you might want to check out the demo video before you order it.
Emerald City.
Two people have it in their cart, so you better hurry.
It's two offers.
One of them is Joe Bonamassa.
Probably.
Yeah. And the other one's Quentin, but he's not going to really buy it if they take the offer.
He's going to offer him $43.
He's going to see if they'll trade him for his Explorer. Don't. Straight up.
All right.
Straight up trade. All right.
Trade, yeah.
$410,000.
Better have some
practically giving it away.
All right.
Well, that brings us to the last part of the show tonight, Jacob, known as the Circuit Breakers. And this is where we break into some rock history and some music news and maybe something funny will pop in there along the way. So we're going to start off with the rock history for tonight. And we got
a quick one this week.
Yeah, it's kind of a shorty because there wasn't much rock history anyway to really share.
We'll kick it off. February 9th, 1964, the Beatles appear on the Ed Sullivan Show, making their first live U.S. TV appearance.
Wow.
Seems like we had them 2 or 3 weeks ago, and it must have been their second appearance on the show. Because I think they were only on twice.
Their first live appearance in the UK, and then, or the first time, or no, it was when they arrived in the US, and they did like their first concert or whatever in the US, and then, a week later they're on Ed Sullivan. So February 10th, birthday, 1962, Cliff Burton, bassist of Metallica, was born in Castro Valley, California.
Cliff.
Guy was a beast, man.
Was a beast. It's a sweet bass, too.
Yeah.
Cool.
February 11th, 1963, at EMI Studios in London, the Beatles record 10 songs in one day, 9 of which are included on their first UK album, Please Please Me.
None of which are on the album. 10 songs in one day. It took
9 of which were on the album, Please Please.
9 of which were on the album. 10 songs in one day, and how long did it take Axl to come out with the spaghetti incident?
You mean Chinese Democracy?
Yeah, that one. Yeah, Chinese Democracy. Yeah, 20 years.
So another significant thing about this, EMI Recording Studios later was renamed to, you guys ready for this? Abbey Road.
Abbey Road, yeah.
Abbey Road.
Cool.
All right. February 12th, moving right along. 1967, police raid Keith Richards' Redlands estate, where they discovered various substances of a suspicious nature. Do we know what that might have been?
What?
And they
No, surely not.
they arrested him along with Mick Jagger and Marianne Faithfull. The whole thing was a setup.
Yeah, they basically planted it on him, right?
Have you guys read Keith Richards' book by chance?
I have not.
I haven't. Is it in there? Is this story in there?
I haven't finished it, but I read as far as I've gotten, it is just a crazy story. Well worth the money to read.
Okay.
But anyway, keep going. I don't want to interrupt, but
No, that's all right.
those dudes have some stories to tell.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
February 12th, also 1939, Ray Manzarek of the Doors was born in Chicago, Illinois.
I didn't know he was from Chicago. I thought he was a West Coast guy.
Well, evidently a Chicago.
He's really they got a great guitar player too, but I mean, he's the sound of the Doors, isn't he?
Yeah. Oh, by far, yeah.
Yeah, he carried everything pretty much.
Yeah.
Played the bass too with the keys.
Yeah.
And moving along, February 13th, 1970, Black Sabbath released their self-titled album debut, which not coincidentally comes out on Friday the 13th. To add mystique to the band's image, new manager Patrick Meehan, I'm assuming I'm saying that right, or Meehan, asked the band to stop giving interviews. The plan works, and through word of mouth, the album sells over 5,000 copies in the first week. The first single, Evil Woman, doesn't chart, but the album reaches number 8 in the UK.
That's the Evil Woman there on the cover. Spooky. They had a good idea.
February 14th, Valentine's Day, 1992. Thanks to Alice Cooper's appearance in Wayne's World, we learned that Milwaukee is Algonquin for the good land. We also get a fresh blast of Bohemian Rhapsody.
We're not worthy.
I had to throw that one in there because of the
Yeah. If you go back and watch the Tone King episode, Jacob, it'll circle around, and it's like a Seinfeld episode. You'll understand what we're talking about.
I'm a huge Seinfeld fan, so there you go. Yeah.
All right. And finally, February 15th, 1975, Rush releases Fly By Night. This is their second album following 1974's Rush, but is the first album with new drummer and lyricist Neil Peart. Partially due to Peart's influences, the album veers from the sound of the band's debut album, moves closer to the prog styling that eventually makes Rush a legend of the genre.
It's a nice choice picking Neil.
That went okay for him. That turned out okay. Yeah.
I can't say that bad. And that's this week in rock history.
That's the last one, isn't it? Holy smokes. That owl could be a creature in Game of Thrones.
It could be. That owl could be a creature in about any kind of game, too.
Yeah. It's a pretty scary looking owl, man. All right. Well, we've got a little bit of good news, I guess, if you're an Aerosmith fan, because Joey Kramer, who was recently kicked out of Aerosmith, is back in the saddle. Apparently, the lawsuit worked. And Aerosmith let Joey back in, so they started their 2020 residency back up in Las Vegas. It's going to run till early first week of June, and Joey's back behind the kit. So apparently he's gotten over his little health issues there, and they've all kissed and made up. So Aerosmith's back together for their 50th anniversary. We thought they were like, it's going to be 50, and then they broke up with it 49, and now they're back. So we'll see what happens. But Joey's back in the saddle. And then just another quick little music news thing. Guns N' Roses has added some North American tour dates. 19 stadiums this summer they're going to hit, starting on the 4th of July in Milwaukee at the Summerfest. And including in the dates is going to be the first ever concert at the SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles. That's going to be the new home of the Los Angeles Chargers football team. They're moving up there from San Diego. So 19 new dates, and they're busy. They're in Latin America March through April, and then they're in Europe May through June, and in the States July through the end of the summer. So Guns N' Roses may be coming to a town near you this summer. If you're interested, go check out their website to find all the cities. They're going to be in Indianapolis, Jacob. If you're a GNR guy, they're actually going to be up there at that outdoor venue we were talking about earlier.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
So next story is known as Health Conscious Keith.
Yes, Keith Richards says that he has quit smoking cigarettes in an effort to keep the Rolling Stones on the road for as long as possible.
It's too late, dude. I don't think it's going to matter now.
Confirming that he hasn't had a cigarette since October last year and saying it was harder to quit than heroin.
I don't doubt it.
Quitting heroin is like hell, but it's a short hell.
It's a short hell.
A guy like Keith, it's probably harder to get cigarettes than it is heroin.
He doesn't say cigarettes are just always there. You've always done it. I just pick them up, light them up, without even thinking about it. I can't do a Keith Richards voice, so I'm not even going to try. So Keith says he's also cut back on drinking. I've knocked the hard stuff on the head. I have a little wine with meals and a Guinness or a beer or two.
So I don't know how old Keith is now, but whatever age he is, he finally decided it's time to get healthy.
Health conscious Keith. That's a great tag.
So the next round of Rolling Stone Stadium show begins on May 8th this year in San Diego, and wraps up July 9th in Atlanta. The No Filter Tour, originally launched in 2017 when the Rolling Stones performed across Europe, was postponed.
They're coming to
Louisville. I think it was postponed because Mick had heart surgery. Had a little heart. He had to have a little clog cleaned out, rotor-rooted or something like that.
James, now he will die.
I've seen that, James.
All right, well, this is the last bit of the night. This is going to be a video. We're going to let the video speak for itself. We're just going to give you the title. It's known as Thunderstruck Baby, also known as Dad Has Too Much Time on His Hands. And let me pull this video up here. I want to make sure I share the audio. The audio is important on this particular show. So here we go. Can you see that, guys?
Yep.
Yeah, there we go. All right, let me hit. I thought I hit play. Yeah, I hit play.
If he does the solo, I'm out.
Dad has entirely too much
Hands.
Oh my goodness.
That baby's going to be really mad when he turns 19.
Yeah, because that stupid video has like 1 million freaking views.
That's on the Thunderstruck Baby.
So yeah, I'm pretty sure you've seen me before. I'm the Thunderstruck Baby.
Crowbar.
What did Crowbar say? I'm afraid to ask. Why did I ask that? I don't really want to know, probably. Oh yeah.
Oh man.
Goodness
Oh,
gracious, that did us in right there.
That did.
That was the end of the show. Next week, gang, it's going to be Paul Lou.
Paul Lou.
That'll be a good show. Paul's got a really good channel too. He'll be a fun guest. So, thanks for tuning in, and please like and subscribe. And big hand for our guest, visual guy Jacob. Thanks for coming on, bro.
This is awesome. First time, and it was a good time.
Hope you had fun.
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
Cool. Well, we'll get you on again. We'll cycle back around here, and down the road, we'll have you back on again, and we'll ask you some more questions we didn't ask you.
Right on. Right
Sound like
Thanks
a plan?
for having me. Yeah. Yeah. You guys.
Cool.
Great time, man. Had a good
So
time.
tomorrow night, Guitar Hack at
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock Eastern Guitar Hack, right?
That's right.
Then Friday, our buddy The Count is on, right?
No,
Who's on Friday before Tone King?
Metalhead Hippie.
Metalhead Hippie's on Friday. Somebody else is on Friday too. Who else is on Friday before Tone King?
Sometimes Baker. Well, Baker's usually Saturdays. Sometimes he goes on Friday night. I don't know.
It's hard to keep track, man.
I just look at my notifications and go that route.
There's a lot of live shows. I know I haven't been getting my notifications this week. Everything's been 2 hours after the fact for some reason.
It's just weird. So
it's just how it works, I guess. So anyway, we appreciate you coming on, Jacob. Thanks so much. We had a good time with you.
Thank you guys. Appreciate it. And thanks everybody for hanging out at the channel. I appreciate the support. So
yeah, congratulations on the 1,000, man.
Yeah, congrats on the 1,000, buddy. And Wire Nuts, you guys rock. Thank you.
See y'all next week, man. Next Wednesday night, Paul Lou in the house. It should be fun.
Thank you all for coming out tonight. Y'all have a safe week. Have a safe rest of your week. Have a safe weekend. And we love you guys. You guys are why we're here. So take care, guys.
Rock on, everybody. Have a good night.
See ya.